here we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Gress Farm, we have the red Protoss player representing Storm Gaming. It is our Protoss representative here of this tournament of the Grand Finals. It is MindelVK. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent, going for a 15 hatch. We have the Vietnamese Zerg player representing Team Gosu, the last king of the sea. It is MeomaikA. Sorry, I said 15 hatch. It is a 15 pool opener here from MeomaikA. Very interesting. With this early spawning pool, he has access to earlier queens, earlier lings as well. But he should be working on a hatchery from here. Meanwhile, we have a gate expand set up from MindelVK. As we get into this, I should also emphasize as well, welcome everyone to the Grand Finals of the Sparkling Tuna Cup number 34. If you wish to support this tournament, or if you enjoyed this tournament and if you want some more, we host this every 2 weeks. This is a bi-weekly tournament. Every 2 weeks we host our open Sparkling Tuna Cup. And if you maybe want this tournament to be more consistent, if you want this to be a weekly tournament, !Patreon. We do have a Patreon and we do have goals set up, and if we reach those goals, we can turn this from a bi-weekly into a weekly. We can have more consistent tournaments. We can have more regular play here for these lovely players. There is also a Matcherino page, so if you want to fund this tournament monetarily, specifically this tournament, there is a Matcherino page available as well. Again, up to you if you want to support. You don't have to by any means. It's all good. We also provide replay packs. We provide replay packs to the patrons as well. So again, we provide a lot of replay packs actually, from a lot of tournaments that we cast, like the Sparkling Tuna Cup, Grand Platypus Open, Kung Fu Cup, as well as OSC King of the Hill, and many, many more. As long as we have permission, we do share replays. So if you're interested, you can support us there. Meanwhile, the wall is not a wall. One ling does slip in, but only one ling. Again, we had early lings from Mio because of the 15 pool. And he's able to get a full scout off, but doesn't get much more than that. Upon scouting the later hatchery, MindelVK did go for that Zealot first, so he was able to wall off. And with this Adept, he hunts down this ling. So again, if you want to support us, Patreon, Matcherino, I mean, you can subscribe as well if you want. It's up to you, Or just follow us. Follow us for some more StarCraft, as we are live every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. We got plenty of StarCraft for you as, oh my god, MindelVK, he's going for a Robo first. Interesting choice here. So we have a fast Robo opener from MindelVK. This could be leading into something crazy like a Robotics Bay. This could go into a Twilight Council, into a DT opener. That's kind of what I'm reading here. There's going to be... but there's still no... There should be a Twilight Council at this point if it was going to be DTs. This is really interesting. Are we getting into a 2-base all-in? We could go into Fast Immortals. We already have a Sentry. Are we going back to Heart of the Swarm? Are we going to go for a Soul Train? Interesting. Meanwhile, back at home, MeomaikA is just droning happily, getting his spores down, getting ready for oracles, and we're going into a fast lair. Gases are being taken. This is looking like MeomaikA's tried and true Hydra Rush. Sub 4-minute lair timing here from MeomaikA. Does scream Hydras. Meanwhile, MindelVK, he is going for a Disruptor drop. It is going to be a fast Robotics Bay. Is going to be going for Disruptors. Should be working on War Prison speed as well. Oh no, never mind. Wait, what? Okay. So a Robo opener like this usually is for a Disruptor drop, but we don't have a War Prism, which means this is going to be an Immortal first into maybe a Colossus? What's happening? This is crazy. Okay. Show me what you got. Disruptor or Colossus? Yeah, Colossus, yeah. Huh. So, MeomaikA, he's not the only one with cheeky builds. He's not the only one, Papi. We do see MindelVK also mixing things up, going for a Colossus rush. Back at home, it was a fast lair, but only 2 gases. If it was Hydras, we would have gotten a 3rd gas geyser. only 2 gases here for Mio. He's going for a fast roach speed instead. Roaches are in production. He's cutting workers very early on for this roach push. But he's going to be pushing into immortals. Like, I was talking earlier about, like, counteracting MeomaikA and how glaive adept openers work really well against Mio. And really defensive play works really well against MeomaikA as well. And that's what we're seeing. Like, we don't have a Twilight Council, which means no blink, no charge. This is a very delayed tech here, very delayed Twilight Council from MindelVK, so he's being very defensive back at home. He's here with sentries, an immortal, a Colossus, and soon to be a disruptor as well. How do you attack this? You don't. We have a shield battery. Very turtley play, very defensive play here from MindelVK. And we'll see if it works. Because MeomaikA is working up towards one big push, one big all-in. He's cutting workers here at 48. We have Lings, Roaches, and Ravagers on the way. It's going to be a close defense. Going to be very close. I feel like a lot of this is going to depend on this Purification Nova. If the Disruptor Shot goes off, then we can defend. We'll see. 2 shield batteries are done. We're about to have an overcharge. We have another pylon on the way to make sure that everything is powered. Lings are getting ready to come in from behind. MeomaikA has no idea what he's coming into. He has no idea what is waiting for him up this ramp. And here we go. Colossus is revealed. Force fields are thrown down. The first Nova goes off and it will connect. Does get a couple of those roaches, but the Lings, they go for a surround. The army is surrounded. Biles will connect. Not quite taking off that, or finishing off that shield battery, but it does go down. Another Nova does connect with Roaches and Ravagers. Does Mio have enough? It looks like he does. It looks like he barely breaks through. Colossus goes down. Immortal. The surround was just too good. And MeomaikA has done it. He has broken the 3rd base. A very unique style out of MindelVK, but maybe a little bit too fancy. A little bit too fancy in the end. As the base will go down. Big, oh my god. Big connection. But the wall is not a wall. The Lings, they flood in. Like, MindelVK, he's ahead of the economy. He's up in workers, but he cannot hold into his natural. GG gets called. And MeomaikA will take game number 1. GG. A lot just happened. And there's a lot to talk about. So, MeomaikA went for a big all-in. From what we just saw, MindelVK, he wasn't scouting either, right? He had nothing on the map to recognize what was happening. Very limited hallucination scouts, no oracle, no adepts. If he was able to recognize the all-in, I do think that probably the best choice there is to just give up on the 3rd. Just give up the 3rd base and defend at the natural instead. The likelihood of being surrounded, much lower, of course. And because MeomaikA was so committed, because he had cut so many workers, I do think that MindelVK can afford to lose a base. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world for him to be knocked down to 2 bases. But again, MindelVK, he didn't know, right? He didn't see what was happening. He was blindly trying to set up defensively, but he had no idea what MeomaikA was really working towards, whether it was a Hydra rush, or a Roach rush, or Mutas, or anything. He had no idea. No idea. He was playing blind, and did pay the price for it. And now here we go. Here we go. We're getting into our next game. MeomaikA does have a lead in the series, but it's a best of 5. Plenty of games are ahead of us. Ooh. Will we have a series? Will we have more of a back and forth? I hope so. And here we go. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have the red Protoss player representing Storm Gaming. Currently down in this series. Let me just fix that. It is MindelVK. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Vietnamese Zerg player representing Team Gosu. It is MeomaikA. Here we go. Oh, again, Mio sending his first drone across the map. He is looking for a proxy hatchery. The aggression does not stop MeomaikA. Interesting. Never mind. He goes for a hatchery back at home, but I think he's waiting for the probe to come in, and I think he's going to cancel that hatchery. Right? The Salt Shaker is thrown down. Show me the cancel. Or do we just have enough money for it? No, I guess we do. Okay. Hatch first. Into a proxy hatch. Into a hatch block, I should emphasize. Okay. So MeomaikA is looking to delay the economy here of MindelVK, of really disrupt the opener, forces out a Zealot. Is going to be forcing probes off the mineral line. No, never mind. MindelVK, he only has one worker tasing away at this hatchery. So technically a hatch gas pool with a proxy hatch as well. This does, of course, delay the spawning pool. It delays... Oh, it delays queen production. And MindelVK throws down a forge. He's counteracting this with a cannon rush. He's crazy. I mean, the spawning pool was delayed. It is delayed. So we have delayed lings, delayed queens. The creep is slowly spreading, but we get the cannons in time. The hatchery is done. We have defensive cannons back at home. We have cannons across the map. And MeomaikA getting ready to take another base, recognizing that this hatchery may just be a foregone conclusion. What is happening? Do we finish? Okay. Mio, he does cancel. Lings are on the way, but with 3 cannons, I'm pretty sure this hatchery is going to go down. Oh, we cancel one of them. Very bold move. I think we still kill this hatchery. If we had the 3rd cannon, we kill this for sure. But yeah, we're doing enough damage. Should be enough. As MindelVK is expanding behind this, it is a macro cannon rush, if you will. Oh, boys. Okay, they're not being fooled. Queens are still on the way. We do have 1 queen, but the hatchery will die. So there's a bit of a give and take going on. MindelVK, his natural is delayed because of the proxy hatch, but he kills the natural base of MeomaikA, even supply blocking him a little bit. So I almost want to say that MindelVK is in a better position. It's hard to call. It's hard to call, especially because the cybercore was late, which means the tech is late. Oh my god, we are getting some damage done though. 3 drones go down. Nicely done here. We have another adept shading across the map. MindelVK not slowing down. Oh, but he does get surrounded. A rough shade from our Protoss player does get picked off. Now, what I was going to say is that because of how late the cybercore is, because of the gate into Forge, it does mean that this Stargate or Twilight Council or Robo, whichever tech MindelVK decide to go for, is delayed. Does mean that MeomaikA, he can drone without too much issue. He's going once again into a very fast lair. He didn't pull out of gas. Around a 4-minute lair timing. And I want to say that MindelVK is going to go into Sky Toss. Typically, yep, there we go. Typically from a gate expand, we go into Mass Void Ray. And there it is. There's the 2nd and the 3rd Stargate on the way. It is going to be Sky Toss from MindelVK. Now, I'm a little bit concerned though, because MeomaikA is going for a fast lair, and he does have 3 gases. This is looking like a Hydra rush. And Hydra timings this early on can kill a Protoss player that's going into Void Rays. This is going to be a really interesting dynamic. There we go. There is that 3rd Stargate on the way. First Void Ray is about to reveal itself, and there's that Hydra Den. So, again, this is the MeomaikA special. He does this very often, rushing into Hydras. I do think that this is going to favor him, just because how is MindelVK going to take a 3rd? By the time he tries to take a 3rd base, there are going to be so many Lings and Hydras that he's going to be contained to 2 bases. On top of that, he has to be very careful with how active he is with these Void Rays. The problem is that MindelVK, he wants to move out with these Void Rays, he wants to hunt down Overlords, he wants to deny bases. But if he overextends, then the Hydras will catch him. And losing Void Rays this early on could snowball into a victory as well. Now, MindelVK doesn't know what's happening. He hasn't seen the lair timing, he hasn't seen the tech, the gases. The reason for this is because MindelVK didn't go for an Oracle. Because he went Void Ray first, he doesn't have as much scouting potential here. He is playing blindly. He is in the dark. 3rd base is about to be taken. Hydras are already in production. Hydra speed halfway done. And this Void Ray dipping into the main, I mean, a lair isn't really going to tell him much. A lair should be done by this point anyway. He does confirm that the triangular third wasn't taken at least. Ooh, and he doesn't see the Hydra Den. He hasn't seen the Hydras, he doesn't see the Hydra Den. Because of that, he doesn't know that he needs to rush into either Charge Lots or Colossus or Storm. He needs something to support these Void Rays. Pure Void Ray is not ideal against Hydras or against Mass Hydra. Not without, like, something on the ground, right? Like Charge Lots or Storm or splash damage of some kind. Third base is delayed. Again, these Lings doing a great job of just containing MindelVK. And MeomaikA, he's cutting workers. Despite having this third base, he's not droning. He's massing up nothing but Lings and Hydras. He is correctly reading. Even though he hasn't seen all the Void Rays, he knows it's Skytoss. Whether it's Carriers or Void Rays, he doesn't know that. He doesn't know what kind of Skytoss. But regardless, he's just amassing an army, getting ready for one big push. Lings arrive. Void Rays, they ignore the Lings, they're moving out. And they do reveal themselves. And MeomaikA is getting ready for the trap. He wants this army to move in. And he is coming in from behind. The Void Rays do come across the hatchery, but the Hydras, the stutter stepping is just too good, and 2 Void Rays are going to be going down. Can we get a third? A big loss for MindelVK. The Lings contain him to 2 bases, and this is what I was worried about. I don't know how... Oh no! The reinforcements! I don't know how MindelVK expands. I don't know how he takes a third. This is what I was concerned about earlier, and he is maybe going to take down the hatchery here, but and he is forcing MeomaikA back, to be fair. He is forcing him back. Hatchery will go down. Good pick off. MeomaikA, it looked like he was expecting MindelVK to send everything back home. And as MindelVK is sniping bases, he is throwing down cannons and shield batteries. He is turtling up very hard. Oof. These Void Rays are low. Oh god. Oh, so low. And another Void Ray gets picked off. Good target firing there out of Meo. And basically, Mindel, he's stuck at home just amassing Void Rays until he has enough to expand, as he attempts to take another third. Now, thankfully for MindelVK, MeomaikA's on 2-base economy. Like, he doesn't have a third. Like, MeomaikA also went all in, so this is getting really scrappy. Another base. That's a kill, not a cancel. 300 minerals down the drain. At the same time, the Hydras are across the map, and they're also containing Mindel to 2 bases. It's 2 base versus 2 base, but Meo has the stronger army. Oh god, another Void Ray is going to go down. We're being too wasteful. Not like this. So yeah, it's one of those things where both players have comparable economies, but Meo just has a terrifying army that MindelVK can never really engage. Not without the support of shield batteries. Like if he attacks here, he can just pull back, he can get the overcharge, he can repair or regenerate those shields. The defender's advantage are pretty big here for MindelVK, and I almost want to say that before he can throw down a Nexus, he may have to throw down cannons and shield batteries. It may be more important to set up a defensive position first before the Nexus, but here we go. The Hydras are coming in from behind. They're trying to. They cancel that Nexus. Void Rays, they can't engage. They are using the terrain to their advantage. They're able to avoid the Hydras for now. But this is dangerous. Spire is done. Mutas are in production. Spire is going to be focused down. Good pickoff, but it's going to cost some Void Rays. It's costing 2 Void Rays for the Spire. And Mutas are going to be a great way to just cripple the economy here of MindelVK. Ling's just constantly checking for that third. Speaking of, the third base of Meo is up and running. Now he has a solid economy. Potentially a good snipe on this Hydra Den. Yeah, A very good snipe here. So both the Spire and the Hydrogen have gone down, but the Mutas arrive, and that means we have access to the main base as they hunt down these Void Rays. And the Mutas, they can go into the main. Now, these Void Rays are doing a lot of damage across the map. They're going to get the hatchery. The lair. The lair falls. We can recall, and I think we do need to recall. The Mutas are... Oh, they're coming back home. Yeah, and the Void Rays do make it back. Safe and sound. Looking at the unit stat, we have 11 Void Rays against 10 Mutas and 18 Hydras. As Mio gets a 4th up and running. We're going to shave off a couple of Hydras, not too bad. 3 Hydras go down. Oh my god. As Void Ray speed does kick in, so it's going to be able to kite against this. Meanwhile, Mio, he's going back into mass muta. Pure mutas here from Mio. Okay, this time the Void Rays are at home. I think this third gets up. I think finally MindelVK can establish his third base. There we go. The pylon is done. Now that one of these pylons is finished, cannons and shield batteries immediately are on the way. If Mindel can get a third base up and running, he can pull himself into this, but it may be too late. Mio has arrived. The cannons are not going to finish. Yeah, everything is cancelled. The third base will be cancelled as well. Mindel will say all he wants is a third. Look at how many mutas we have. We are up to 29 mutas. Oof. And we can take a fight even with overcharge. There's just so much anti-air here from Mio. Oh, actually, he does have to respect it. Does overextend, trying to break the defensive position here of MindelVK. Mindel will hold. Does reset the Hydra count. And I believe the Hydrogen, yeah, the Hydrogen was not rebuilt. So a good fight for MindelVK. Can he expand? Can he take a third? Like, I would almost want a pylon on the high ground just so we can throw down cannons and shield batteries on the low ground, like, ahead of time, you know? As Mio, he's got his 4th, he's getting a 5th. He's maintaining his economy. He is now up to 30 mutas. Phoenixes are arriving though. With these Phoenixes, MindelVK, he can actually chase this down. Oh god! He has to be careful not to be caught out. But he doesn't have the worst army. As the mutas attempt to chase down these Phoenixes. A good trade there. Look at this. 9 mutas for 1 Phoenix. Very efficient trade out of MindelVK. Third base is actually going to finish as well. He's doing it. He's expanding. He would like a 4th base though, but you know, it's something. It's something. As Corruptors have hit the field, so Mio, he's going Muta Corruptor. Oh, big supply block here for Mio. He ignores the Void Race. He's going across them at the Spire is sniped once again. And the third just got up and running, but without Void Race, we cannot defend it. We cannot hold on. The cannons fall, shield battery as well, probes are falling as well, and this may just be it. As MindelVK is trying to go for a base trade. He realizes that, hold up, you haven't rebuilt that hatchery. He's getting a lot of overlords, and he can recall back home once he kills his hatchery. That's what he should be doing. But GG. Oh, GG is called. Mio taps out. MindelVK off. Mio does tap out, and MindelVK with the Void Ray counterattack takes it. So, fun fact. Mio, he never rebuilt his Hydroden. He lost his Spire, and he never rebuilt it. He can't deal with the Void... I can't believe what just happened. I'm lost for words, Papi. Who needs a third? Hold on, I need to look at something. I need to look at the army graph here. Yeah. Mio, he actually, because he didn't throw down another Spire, and because he didn't throw down another Hydroden, he actually couldn't make anything. And he lost a lot of his mutas across the map to those Phoenixes. He lost all of his Corruptors as well. Mio just didn't have anything. He just died. Oh my god. He did not have anything to deal with those Void Rays, and MindelVK, he ties it up. Let's go. GG. He's crazy. GG, well played. We have a series. We have a series. MeomaikA just, again, not having the ability to throw anything down. He also lost his lair. I should emphasize that as well. Did lose his lair. No additional tech. We have a game 3. We're tied up. Catching up in the chat. Remember Queen walks every game like this? True, true. Oh. And here we go. What just happened? As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the man fighting back in this series, putting a point on the board, representing Storm Gaming. The red Proto, I'm just speaking, there we go. The red Protoss player, it is MindelVK. Let's go. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Vietnamese Zerg player representing Team Gosu. It is MeomaikA. I can't believe what just happened. The chat's catching up. Oh. Wow. I'm still just letting it sink in. I'm letting that game sink in a little bit. And yeah, with that, we're getting into our third game. We're loading into Altitude, another large map here. MeomaikA going for a hatch first into his gas. Sorry, going for a spawning pool first into his hatchery. My mind is just a little bit frazzled after what we just witnessed. I hope you don't blame me, but you know, that was crazy. I just my brain has to just let it happen. Let it happen. Thank you so much. Shout out to ARJ Skater in the chat for gifting 5 subs to the community. Thank you so much. A shout out to Demezi in the chat, ZvP, Alex Andressa, Alexis, and Real Quack. Thank you. I hope you all enjoy your subs, and thank you so much for ARJ Skater. Ah, wow. GG, well played. Yeah, MindelVK, he found a way back. You don't see, this should be inspiring. This should be inspiring to all the Protoss players in the chat. If you're out there, when you're GM, even on your way to GM, whether you're in Diamond or Masters, mate, you just need 2 bases. Just need 2 bases, some Void Rays, some Phoenixes, and a dream. And a dream. That's all you need. Maybe some faith as well. Let's go. Let's go, pal. As MeomaikA's working on his third. Yeah, just taking a much more tempered approach this time. Going pool into his hatch, into his gas, into his third base. Overall, relatively standard here from MeomaikA. Now, we are loading into Altitude, the largest map in the map pool, and if MindelVK wanted to go Skytoss again, this would be a good map for it. It would be a very good map for Skytoss. We can see, though, not even a Stargate opener. MindelVK is going for a Twilight Council first instead. This could be the beginnings of Glaive Adepts. Ooh, as the Overlord barely escapes with 9 HP, 1 shot away from going down. The Overlord will make it out. And I believe the Overlord didn't scout. Yeah, MeomaikA is in the dark. He doesn't know what the opener is. He doesn't know what the tech is that MindelVK is working with, as he's rushing into a very fast lair. What was this, a 320 lair timing? Jesus. Very fast lair here for MeomaikA. Second gas is being taken. If we have a third gas geyser, this is looking like fast Hydras again. And this is not Glaive at... Wait, what? This is not Glaive at Eps. MindelVK is going 2-base Blink Stalker. He's going for a 2-base 4-gate all-in. 4 gateways, Blink is on the way. The probe is being sent out, but it is going to be hunted down. Very interesting opener here from MindelVK. We don't see this too often to race into Blink in such a manner. The reason why is because we can see that MindelVK has very limited scouting information, and yeah, it's going to be that fast Hydra end again. It is that Hydra rush from MeomaikA. We have 20 Lings in production. Meo looking to deny this base, and I want to favor Meo. If this was Glaive at Eps, I would think that Meo was in a little bit of trouble. Glaives actually trade surprisingly well against Lings and Hydras as well, just because Hydras and Lings are light units, and Adepts have their way with them. But Blink Stalkers, not so much. Ling Hydra is ideal against Blink Stalkers, and here we go. We get a surround. These units are going to be going down. The shield battery is not done, or there is no shield battery. And these Stalkers will fall. Meanwhile, back at home, Hydras are in production. For those wondering, this opener here from MeomaikA is ideal against specifically Stargate openers. But against a fast Blink like this, it's also ideal. As Mindel is attempting to expand and take this third base, we have a proxy pylon out on the map. Lings do get eyes on this. And yeah, Mindel, he's also being very defensive with this as well. Really, really quirky build from Mindel. 4-gate Blink Stalker to be defensive back at home, as he goes into a Dark Shrine and is going to be warping in some DTs across the map. Now, this is a delayed Dark Shrine, and as MeomaikA expands, this pylon is going to get scattered. There is no Robo, so there's no Warp Prism, there's no way to send DTs out across the map. Here we go. Yeah, the pylon has been spotted, is going to be shut down. It does mean that the DTs have to be warped in back at home instead. Which will delay the damage potential of those Dark Templar. There's already a Spore in the main base. There's no Spore in the third, so the third is very vulnerable. There's potential for damage. Before that occurs, here come the Lings, here come the Hydras. The push is upon us, and is Mindel ready for this? We have 9 Hydras and 49 Lings. Jesus Christ. DTs are being warped in across the map, but the army has arrived! And there's so much DPS with this Hydra timing. Adepts are being focused down. We do need to focus on that pylon, and there we go. The overcharge is depowered, and the third base is going to be broken. MindelVK has to recall to the safety of his natural. At the same time, DTs do waddle into that third. We were talking about it. There is no Spore at the third base, so damage is being done across the map, but we have an Overseer on the way. We have Spores. These DTs are going to get cleaned up. And MeomaikA doesn't turn around. He has detection across the map as well. He is pushing up into the natural. Overcharge was used earlier, so it's not available here at the natural base of MindelVK. He's being supply blocked. The boys have to be pulled, and this timing is just looking to be a little bit too strong. The DTs may kill the fourth, but he can't hold on to his second base. GG gets called. MeomaikA takes a lead in this series 2-1. GG. Again, just a rough opener for MindelVK. Not just his opener, but specifically because of the opener of Mindel, he had very limited scouting. That's the advantage of like a Stargate opener into Oracles, or that's even the advantage of Glaive Adepts, is that Adepts, they shade in between the bases, they get eyes on the lair timing, they get eyes on the tech. Same with Oracles. If you're not going for either of those, it's typically advised to go for a Sentry, so you can go for at least a Hallucination Scout, but we didn't even see that. So MindelVK, he had no idea how fast the lair was, he had no idea how many gases were taken, and he had no idea that there was a Hydra Den on the way from Meo as well. So very in the dark. And he was punished for it. And now we're getting into our next game. MeomaikA is one game away from becoming this week's champion. MindelVK, he has to bring it back here and now. And hey, he's already put a point on the board. He's already shown us that he can take it to Mio, despite the quirky nature of that game. We'll see if he can bring it back here in Game 4. And here we go. Spawning. Oh, as we have to switch our players over. There we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Babylon, we have the red Protoss player representing Storm Gaming down in this series. He needs to bring it back here and now in the grand finals. It is MindelVK. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent, oh my god, going for a much earlier spawning pool this time. Representing Team Gosu, it is MeomaikA. So I believe this was a 14 pool from Mio. Very early spawning pool will lead to very early lings as well. I do think that Mio wants to try to get across the map, wants to try to make it look like a hatch first, as he should be throwing down a hatchery momentarily. Oh no, he actually prioritizes the queen. Interesting. Okay, so it was a 14 pool into queen into 6 lings, but this is all scouted. The probe does arrive and does confirm that MeomaikA is being very aggressive, and we should be walling off back at home. We should be chronoing out the first zealot as well to make sure that we have that wall. And yeah, MeomaikA is just sending everything across the map. He's expanding behind this, so it's not all in, but this is still a very committed opener from Mio. Like, this is a lot of lings. And we can see that MindelVK, he's taking it very seriously. He's taking it very seriously. We have that zealot on the way. It's being chronoed. It's going to be on hold position. The probe should stick around as well to wall off, just in case the lings get out of control. And MeomaikA is going to confirm that. Meanwhile, we're pulling the boys. We're all in. He cancels the hatchery. The boys have been pulled. Oh boy, the game is going to end one way or the other. This probe, it has to wall off. Buffy, we need a wall. We need something behind the zealots. Otherwise, it could all just be over. And it looks like, is he able to react in time? The drones have been revealed. Up. And we aren't able to react. The drones get to the other side. The zealots will go down. The lings flood in, and this may just be it. The pylon is going to get depowered. It looks like we have one adept. We have one adept to work with. But I think we're only going to have a single adept. No, the second pylon finishes. We have worker on worker action. That one adept putting in a lot of work as well, taking down a lot of these drones, a lot of these lings. But this is still an insane amount of damage. Oh, as it looks like Mindel has held. Whew. Again, that second pylon producing that second adept was massive. And he's hunting everything down. MeomaikA has nothing left. He is down to 3 drones. Mindel was able to react in time, and oh my god, he does almost get surrounded. He's going to be very careful with what little he has. We have 9 probes against 1 mining worker. Now 3 mining workers here from MeomaikA. And we should be seeing an ace match. I don't see this working here for Mio. Warp gate is about to finish. We're about to repower that second gateway. Yep, GG gets called as Unit makes its way into the main, and MindelVK takes game number 4. We are going all the way to game 5. GG. Also, my apologies. It was a 12 pool, not a 14 pool. My apologies. As chat is correcting. I was about to say that 12 pool drone pool is a lot more common, which is why I was kind of thrown off guard. Oh, but regardless, GG, well played. We are going to the ace match. We're going to game number 5. How will this end? Who's it going to be? Fun fact, MeomaikA has won these tournaments in the past. MindelVK hasn't. MindelVK, he hasn't been a Sparkling Tuna Cup champion before. Let me just double check that. We have the technology. I know he's gotten second before. I know he has gotten second place. Let's see. Okay, so MindelVK, he has never been a Sparkling Tuna Cup champion, but he has gotten second twice. Second to Cristiano and second to Nicaract. Will this be his first? Will this be his first championship, or is MeomaikA gonna claim another victory? Let's find out as we're loading in to Royal Blood. I love 2 base pushes. Let's go. And here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have... Oh, God. They keep switching places. We have the red Protoss player representing Storm Gaming. Bringing it all the way here to Game 5, to the ace match. It is MindelVK. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Vietnamese Zerg player representing Team Gosu. It is MeomaikA. This time, we don't have an early pool. This time, we're calming down a little bit here. As regardless of how this goes, this is the final game of the series, the final game of this tournament. It all ends here. Oh my, he's crazy! Meo! For the first time, this entire best of 5, for the very first time, he goes for a hatch first. Oh my god. He's lost his mind. He's crazy. We have a hatch first coming out from MeomaikA. Across the map, MindelVK is going for a gate expand, and with his probe scout, he's going to be confirming the timing of the hatchery and the timing of the spawning pool. I'm sure he's going to do like a double take. He's going to like rub his eyes and be like, wait, what's going on? This is not normal. MeomaikA playing normal is not normal, and as a result, we're going to have a pretty chill, a pretty standard early game. As we see MindelVK going for the gate expands. Nexus before the Cybercore. So a little bit more economic here from our Protoss. Love to see it. And yeah, we're going to be chilling. We're going to be calming down. The second pylon is throwing down behind the mineral line, so the likelihood of this being a Stargate opener is very low. Typically, if it's a Stargate, you throw down the pylon a little bit further out to reduce the time that it takes for the Oracle to get across the map. So the fact that it's behind the mineral line, it should be a Twilight Council or a Robo, but we'll see. There are some players that like to mask their Stargate and mask their Oracle by hiding it anyway. As the Overlord of MeomaikA dips in and dips out, and it looks like it should get to the pillar without dying. It's going to be close. The Stalker is being chronoed out, and the Overlord will make it to the safety of that pylon. Oh, as MindelVK, very aggressive, he throws down a third gateway. Sorry, a second gateway. But where's the tech? Waiting for that tech. There it is, Twilight Council here from MindelVK. I'm used to there being 2 gateways on the natural, but because it's Royal Blood, you can get away with only 2 building wall off, with only a 2 building wall off. And yeah, with this Twilight Council opener, it could be Glaive Adepts, it could be a DT opener. I mean, we should throw like the norms out the window, because we saw an altitude that he's even willing to go for a Blink opener, which is very uncommon, but clearly MindelVK is willing to do it. There's that third gateway. Unlikely to be DTs. There's a fourth gateway as well. And this time, it is Glaive Adepts. Meanwhile, MeomaikA is rushing into a lair. As MeomaikA does. What was that, a 3-minute 30-ish lair timing from MeomaikA? Going up against Glaive Adepts, I want to give the edge to MindelVK, but we'll see how hard he commits. Like, this is a really interesting version of Glaive Adepts. The reason why I say that, no Robo. There is no robotics facility, which means there's no warp prism, which means we're not going to be reinforcing across the map. Instead, MindelVK is just going to be warping in Adepts back at home, and he's going to just walk across the map instead. It means this is less committed. less committed, less aggressive. There is that surprise factor, I guess, because MeomaikA, he won't see a War Prism coming across the map, but MindelVK is expanding behind this, so yeah, a really interesting variation of Glaive Adepts, more macro-oriented. He's going to get away with a third. He has a Dark Shrine behind this as well. So this isn't really committed, and MeomaikA with that fast lair is not going Hydras, he's going for Roaches. So he's going to be very safe against these Adepts. If he had gone for Hydras, he would be a little bit more vulnerable, but with Roaches coming out, MeomaikA will have, or he kind of flips a coin, gambles a little bit, and he should be able to keep up with those Adepts, and they will be spotted by those Lings. Roaches are in production. MeomaikA cutting workers here at 45. The Roaches have not been spotted. They've not been scouted by MindelVK. He has no idea that they're out. But he will spot them. And upon spotting them, he shouldn't commit to the Shade yet. If he does cancel, going to be picking off a Roach. Almost gets a Queen. And he's going to be denying mining here at the third. For as long as he can. Ooh, even gets these... Ooh, even gets a lot of Larva. Oh my god. As he does commit, he goes into the natural, but the Roaches get a full surround. I don't know if this is the wisest of choices. Adepts are falling. They get a couple of drones. They do shade into the main, getting a couple more workers. We do go for the recall. But that was 8 Adepts for 4 drones, essentially. Not a good trade for MindelVK. And because the Adepts were cleaned up, that means that MeomaikA can go for a massive counterattack. He's got so many Roaches. He's up to 21 Roaches. Ay, ay, ay. Now, Dark Templar could work really well defensively, as the Dark Shrine is done. But we don't have any DTs. We need DTs, Papi. There we go. They are now being warped in, but a little bit too late. Damage is being done. The Roaches, they take down the army. They're taking down the shield battery. At the same time, we do have a couple of Adepts across the map. Ooh, and MeomaikA, he doesn't commit. He does back off. Overseer is on the way. And it looks like Mio, he still has enough to really snowball out of control. He has detection on the front lines. Again, the Glaive Adept opener did not pay off. It did fall on its face, and as a result, MindelVK was playing from behind at that point. And now MeomaikA is snowballing out of control. GG gets called. Congratulations, MeomaikA is going to be this week's Sparkling Tuna Cup champion. GG. GG, well played. Back to back, MeomaikA, fun fact, he was also last week's champion. He was the champion over Demaga in last week's finals, and he will also be this week's champion as well. Congratulations. But despite winning, a shout out to MindelVK, because he made MeomaikA work for it. It went all the way to the ace match, and we were even able to bear witness to the crazy game 2 on Ancient Cistern, a game that I'm having a hard time really really accepting, but you know, it happens. MindelVK, just such a tenacious player, never gave up, fought his heart out, went all the way to the ace match. Really well done. MindelVK, he was the underdog, straight up. He was the underdog coming into this series. He was even the underdog in the semifinals. I feel like a lot of people, they favor, even myself included, they favor Cristiano. They favor MeomaikA. Like MindelVK, he's kind of overshadowed in his region by players like Skillus and players like Wayne. It can be really hard to stand out when there are just so many strong players surrounding you. But to make it all the way to the finals is a really, it's not an easy feat. And really good showing here from MindelVK. Really proud of him. GG. Well played. Well played. And he does at least walk away with second place and does earn some money tonight for his troubles. GG. But MeomaikA will be the champion instead. The King of the Sea, the King of Southeast Asia, can go toe-to-toe with a lot of these European players. Again, stumbled on his way, for sure, at least here in the finals, but is going to claim that victory. And if you enjoyed this tournament, if you enjoyed the Sparkling Tuna Cup, then consider following the channel. We are bringing this to you as often as we can. every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks we have a Sparkling Tuna Cup. It's a lot of good fun seeing all these players from different regions duke it out, from Europe, from Southeast Asia, from China, even at times from North America as well. Always a lot of good fun. And yeah, so you can follow us here. You can support us if you want on Patreon or Matcherino, Patreon in the chat. There are commands available in the Twitch chat if you want links. Otherwise, a follow is all we ask. A follow. Follow us everywhere. We're here on Twitch, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. We have a YouTube channel where we upload all of our VODs, and we have a Discord server as well where you can interact with us outside of just these casts. So yeah, you can follow us on the social medias if you wish, and you'll be notified when we go live. Our next broadcast is tomorrow in less than 24 hours. We're going to be live with another tournament. We're going to be live with ESL Open Cup Asia. So if you want some Korean StarCraft, if you want your weekly dose of Korean StarCraft, we got you covered with ESL Open Cup Asia. And starting next week, Masters Coliseum. Masters Coliseum is upon us. Oh boy, let me just double check the calendar. When does Masters Coliseum start? I think it starts tomorrow, right? Starts on Tuesday. Okay. Oh my god. It starts on Tuesday next week, or in a couple of days, and it doesn't stop. It goes every single day for an entire week of StarCraft. So if you've been hearing about the Masters Coliseum, if you haven't heard of it, it's a big premier tournament with all the best players. You have players like Maru, Serral, Showtime, MaxPax, Raynor, Pure, Byun, Dark, Solar. Anyone who's anyone is a part of Masters Coliseum, and the group stage starts in 2 days, and we'll be casting it. We will be casting it here on the Cranky Ducklings. So yeah, we do have a tournament scheduled for every single day, as we always do for the next year. So very rarely do we have a day off, very rarely. Yeah, we got you covered if you're interested, if you want to tune in. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting as well. A shout out to all the patrons that we have. I mean, thanks to the patrons, they're able to help fund this tournament and provide for half the prize pool. It does help, does alleviate a lot of the funds that we do have to invest here into these tournaments. So we always appreciate it. And if you want to tune into more myself, I do stream whenever I can. Oh my god. Thank you so much, Real Quacked, for the sub. I believe Real Quacked was... Oh no, okay. That was the gifted sub from earlier. But yeah. We had a lot of gifted subs today. But yeah, if you want to tune into more myself, you can follow me over at light_VIP. I do stream throughout the week, and I do ladder some Zerg over on my own personal channel. No casting on my channel, just some ladder sessions, sometimes some Final Fantasy, or maybe some other games like Diablo 4 with Asher. Yeah, just more of a chill stream over on my channel. So you can follow me there if you're interested. Otherwise, if you only want the Cranky Ducklings, and follow us here on the Cranky Ducklings all over the place, all things Cranky Ducklings. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much everyone for tuning in. Stick around, we're going to be giving another streamer a raid, another StarCraft 2 streamer. Who exactly, I'm not sure. We'll be checking who is live, and we'll be giving them some love. Just messaging some of the players, but yeah, just stick around. We're going to be giving another streamer a raid. Oh, actually, MindelVK is streaming. We could raid him. We could raid All Mate Mindel, especially if he's going to keep laddering. So yeah, stick around. Give whoever we raid a chance, and give them some love. Give them some support. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week, or sorry, in 2 weeks for the next Sparkling Tuna Cup. And enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your week. Bye. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time.